Well, again, I hope you've had a great week. We have. I had a little bit of, I don't know if you call it bad news or just not unexpected negative results. My hip, that we really did think it was a labrum tear, is just osteoarthritis, right? Which, is kind of an old age disease, which, I'm not quite sure I liked hearing that. So anyway, it was, oh wow, hang on. That is really close and sliding. Yeah. I'll go back just a tad. So anyway, as I was practicing yoga the day after I had the diagnosis, the thought came so powerfly, Debbie, this is all your additional trainings, all your expertise is using yoga as therapeutics. Because basically the only thing the doctor could tell me is Celebrex for the next few years and then a hip replacement. I'm like, yeah, that's not happening right away. So I'm not in that much pain. I know kind of how to manage that, right? Just a little bit better. So as we practice today, maybe you've got some things in your life. I still need to change this Instagram up just a smidge. I think that's going to be better. Yeah. So anyway, welcome to yoga this morning. As we practice, okay, I did talk a little bit last week about this throat. Okay, today we're moving on to the third eye, which is the sixth chakra, right? And it has everything to do with it's Anjana, power of the mind, which Anjana translates to kind of beyond wisdom, which first time I heard that phrase, I was like, well, what does that mean, beyond wisdom, right? The idea, the thought behind it is that to me, knowledge is just, I've got this knowledge, I've got this understanding, right? And then you apply it and it becomes wisdom. So beyond wisdom is like, well, what's that? And I'm like, to me, it's this continual striving to learn. So one of the things I've noticed is I've got a couple friends that have made comments about when they are my age, they're hoping to just have this easeful life and travel and vacation, and that may be. But when we have that mindset, I wonder at the beyond wisdom, the continual striving to understand and to better oneself. So anyway, that's kind of where we go with this. It has everything to do, it's a dark blue color. The element is actually light. Okay, I've got a dear friend, and his son, when he was probably 4 or 5, was practicing yoga, and he's like, Dad, they were actually practicing meditation. It's that inside television screen. So close your eyes. Can you picture me in your mind with your eyes closed? Well, you just saw me, so that's kind of an easy thing. But I've had in this, like, thoughts that have come, or a place in a book where I've read a quote or something that really inspired me. And if I close my eyes and try to pull it up here, I can actually see it's on this side of the page. It's about this far up. I highlighted it in yellow, or I wrote on the side margin, or I folded a page, and it's like I can see it again. So what if, go ahead and open your eyes, what if we literally took the time to daily go into this Ajna, this sixth chakra, this third eye, this intuitive center. And I tried to, I just think, what if last night before I went to bed, I'm like, now what do I need to do for tomorrow, right? And I do that sometimes, but I would have remembered, oh, send out a reminder for this morning yoga, right? So I think that there is a gift that comes as we continually put ourselves in that place. Okay, so again, close your eyes. We are going to breathe. Remember, we've done a box breathing. Last week we did the lion's breath. Today we're going to do a 3-part breath. Okay, you may open your eyes. With your eyes closed, I want you to do it, but open your eyes so you can see what we're doing. Normally we would do this lying down, but it can be done seated just as well. Okay, bring your both hands to your belly. Inhale. Let your belly poke out. We've done this before. Exhale, pull the belly back. Let's just practice that part. It's the first part, right? Inhale, push the belly out. Exhale, pull the belly back. Now, for those of you that are like, I don't want to push my belly out. I understand that. So inhale, you just still want to expand. It doesn't have to be a total descension or a descending belly, right? So you're just pushing against those hands. You feel the belly, okay? When you do that, the inhale, right, the diaphragm actually falls. So when we inhale and pull the belly out, we're actually using our abdominal muscles to help pull the diaphragm a little deeper. So inhale. Exhale, go ahead. The diaphragm's going to lift. You're going to pull and tighten the belly. Go ahead and pull and tighten the belly enough. Not enough that you totally round in the spine, right? But enough that there is a backward motion. There's a pull back. You feel the sit bones root firmer into the chair. You feel your body move back, okay? So inhale. Expand, exhale, pull it back. Inhale, expand, and exhale, pull it back. Keep going. I can't do and talk at the same time like this one. One of the things this really helps us do is start moving with our breath. And when we move with our breath, inhale and exhale. When we start that habit, we'll go into exercises where we're holding, where it's like more intense or more, and we have to think and we'll find ourselves holding our breath. But we want to train ourselves. No, I'm not going to hold my breath, because really I'm going to remember better. I'm going to function better if I've got that breath coming in and out. Sorry. Okay, so inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to practice inhale and holding. Holding is a practice of breath. Hopefully it's not a habit, right? There's a difference. Inhale and just hold, maybe for a few counts. And then exhale. Pull it back and release. Yeah, okay, do that again. The belly pulls out, hold, and then exhale. Now, as with any breath and breathing exercise, any pranayama, breathing work, okay? You don't, any strain, forehead, eyes, behind the eyes, temple. You can feel it here, but you're not going to feel it up here. So if you start to feel here, it's time to let go. Okay. Inhale. Hold and exhale. 2 more of those. Inhale. Hold and exhale. Okay. Now, go ahead, inhale. Hold for a moment, and then see if you continue the inhale. Not the exhale, but the inhale. Move your hands to your ribs and feel the ribs expand. And then exhale and exhale. Okay, second part we're adding on. Inhale into the belly. Put one hand here and one hand here. Inhale. Belly pulls out. Hold for a moment. Inhale, continue. You'll feel yourself growing a little taller, and then exhale. Pull the ribs back in and the belly back in. So the exhale is continuous. It starts here and adds on here. Go ahead and just take a normal breath. So when you're learning how to do these exercises, right, if at all, right, the strain, you don't get it, you're coming to a place where you can just inhale and exhale normal. Okay, just a normal inhale and exhale. Here we go. Belly, inhale. Hold, inhale. Hold, and exhale. So I get the feeling of a rolling pin, rolling down my belly. If you were on the ground, it kind of makes a little bit more sense. But you feel this pull in and then this pull in. And as that pulls in, not only do you feel it in your low back, but you'll feel the ribs pull in. There, it is a core work as well, okay? So again, let's do 3 of these. Inhale, belly. Hold. Inhale, rib cage. Hold. Exhale. Ribs in, belly in. Roll that rolling pin down. Take a normal breath. Beautifully done. Here we go. Inhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. See if you can come right back into the inhale. Pause. Pause. And exhale. Rib cage in and belly down. Beautifully done. Let's add on our third part. Right. Inhale into the belly. Pause. Inhale into the rib cage. Pause. Hand moves to the up on the chest. Inhale. Up. Clear up. And exhale. Rib cage and belly. So now, yeah. Take a normal breath. So now that rolling pin is rolling down the chest to the rib cage. So we're pulling it really helps us align, okay, right up and down. Make sure the head isn't forward here. Let somebody tug on those ears and pull it back. The chin isn't up, but you're here, okay? Let's try it again. Inhale, belly. Hold. Inhale, rib cage. Hold. Inhale, chest. And exhale. Rib cage and belly. One of the things I notice is because we're not taking that deep breath into the belly or the ribs, up here, there's an expansion. This is how my brain works. I think of a corset, right? Being so tight here that everything can blossom out the top, right? So that's kind of the sensation. If it's straining, again, what's the rule? Yeah, you stop, you take a normal breath. Okay, so here we go. Inhale, belly. Pause. Inhale, rib cage. Pause. Inhale, chest. Pause. And exhale. Chest falls, rib cage pulls in, so does the belly. Let's do 5 total rounds. Okay, you can move with my words or you can move with regular. Just move how you feel. If at any time you start to feel strain in the forehead, okay, then notice and let go. And come back to just the inhale and the exhale. And then if you get to a point where you feel like you're ready, go ahead and join us again. Right, here we go. Inhale into the belly. Pause. Inhale into the rib cage. Pause. Inhale into the chest. Pause. And exhale. Chest pulls back. Ribs pull back. Belly pulls back. Take a normal breath. Exhale completely. Here we go again. Inhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Inhale. Exhale. 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 3 more. Inhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Rib cage and belly. 2 more. Inhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Chest falls. Rib cage pulls back. Belly. Complete the exhale. Last one. Inhale. Belly. Pause. Inhale. Ribs. Pause. Inhale. Chest. Pause. And exhale. And exhale. And exhale. Beautifully done. Okay. So one of the things you'll start to notice, can I give you an assignment? And I'll include this kind of in the show notes if you want. Sorry, I just got a note that I need to go a little louder. Oh, I'm as loud as I can. I'll speak up. I'll put in there just the kind of how to do that and homework to do it every day. You can do this while you're sitting at the dinner table before you eat, or in your bed lying down in the morning before you wake up. Okay, you can do it at night. It's a very relaxing breath. You can already feel that. But notice what starts to happen. I have found that as I practice these breathing exercises regularly, consistently, right, that my breath has improved. My lung capacity has increased. Okay, and that's what we're looking for. So take that expansion and that contraction. Yeah, find that wonderful breath. Let's start with our ball. Okay, racquetball, Walmart. You can find them other places. That's just the cheapest place I found. Okay, go ahead and find a place on your foot that is maybe tender and stay. And kind of roll around. Okay. So for those of you, and most of the text stream and the email stream is mostly those of you that have been at the live where at Ivory. Next week I'm out of town. I may get on, but I probably won't. I'll be in California playing. If you want YouTube, I have all of these recorded. They're all available for you. But on the 9th of February, I will still record. I will still go live, but I'll be at Ivory. We'll be live in person. Those of you that live in the neighborhood, those of you that come, I will contact you personally and let you know that we are starting back up. We will start right at 8. Okay, we'll get set up and then we'll also record. Okay, reach out to me if you have any questions. So we're still finding that, and I, this morning, right there in that inner arch towards the heel on the inner side is pretty tender. So you've noticed I've probably just stayed there. Yeah. Go ahead and roll it over to this side. Oh, yeah. And it can go side, it can go back and forth. Then go ahead and come back and forth, just rolling through the ball. If it rolls off, just pull it back. Okay. On carpet, it doesn't roll as much. And then go ahead and come all the way back to where you can put big toe on one side, pinky toe on the other, and your 3 toes are pulling back. It's a tremendous pull back. You'll actually see your toes start going a little white. You can see mine even from here. Okay, so it is cutting off blood flow. It's one of the best things we can do for our feet temporarily, not long term, right? So pull that down, and then as we come back up over, rolling, you'll feel a rush of blood, but you're going to go all the way over those toes. So you're getting a fabulous stretch here. The toes are actually turning under. The arch of the foot may get a cramp. If it does so, what do? We come out, we rub it, right? We let that come out, and then we come back in. If you're cramping all the time, very first thing is dehydration. So hydrate. Okay, try it again. Come back down. Big toe, pinky toe, all toes up. As we age, we lose the ability to do this. That's why we do it so often in this class. Come back up over the top. Yeah, feel that stretch. Let the toes turn under. Okay, that even gets up into my Achilles, and I feel my calf muscles start to contract. And then come back. We're going to just do one more. Okay, come all the way back. Big toe, pinky toe. Find it, breathe. You notice I'm even kind of leaning forward. It puts a little bit more weight there. You don't have to. And then go ahead and up and over the top. Stretching, breathing, coming to a place that maybe is a little sensitive. So one of the things, let's go back to arthritis, okay? One of the things that we know, go ahead and release that. Take the leg. You don't have to straighten it long. I mean, it's long, but don't lock the knee, right? And then just on your own, you're just sliding it along the floor. We have not done this one before for a long time. Okay, this is finding, notice that as I come forward, I'm pulling the toes back. As I come back, try to put all 5 toes on the floor. Some of you have the little narrowing in the toes. You want to try and keep them straight. This is working. It works my hamstring. It works down my calves. Pull back. Notice all 5 toes are on the floor. Now, if your knee hurts, you're only coming to here, but you can still get that. Okay, so if that bothers your knee, you're staying there. Go ahead and push it forward. Spread through those toes. Lift the toes, pull them back, reach through the heel. You'll feel a stretch on your calf. Come all the way back. Plant the toes. Notice I've got a little hammer toe. I used to have a couple of them, but now it's only really that one, but I still can reach it long. But as I reach it long, if I'll pull that up, right? It's one of the best things you can do for hammer feet. Yeah, for those toes. Stretch and then come back. Yeah. Pause. One of the differences between yoga and any other exercise is you are asked often, how do I feel? So how does that leg feel? How does that foot feel? I feel tingling. Okay, that's increased blood flow. That's what we want. Okay. Second side. Did we need to do anything else with the ball? I don't think so. Okay, here we go. Push, find. Okay, I've got a little bit of a sensitive on the outside underneath. So we actually have an arch on the outside of the foot. Yeah! Yoga teachers find everything. And so when we really want to, we try to have this lift up from the arch, but you're going to also try and lift up the outside arch. Okay, that just totally sends engagement up the leg into the pelvis. Okay, one of the things for arthritis is a release of that and a pull back in, and a release and a pull back in. Okay, with arthritis, we don't hold poses. So my yoga practice is changing. We move, we come in and out. Okay, we don't just go in and hold. Now you have to know that holding is one of my favorite things. In fact, I'll often put a timer on and hold the pose for 30 seconds to a minute, right? And then move to the next pose. Okay, that's not going to be part of my practice, at least for a while, maybe forever. Okay, go ahead and find that, roll through that sensation. Yeah, nice. And then go ahead and roll up and down on that ball. You might have to pull it back in. It's okay. Just engaging kind of the whole bottom of the foot. If you happen to have somebody that will massage your feet every night, you may not have to do this, because that's an amazing thing. My dad always does my mom's feet. It's kind of very tender. All righty. Okay, go ahead and lose the ball. Straighten out the leg if you need to. You can just kind of wiggle through it. Yeah. All right, here we go. Flex the toes. They're pulling back towards the shin. Your knee is not locked. So if you've got the knee down, you bend it a tiny bit. It's not bent a ton, right? Okay, go wide. Okay, pull back. Put the toes down. Pull those toes back. Finding that stretch. And take it back forward. I know we didn't do the ball roll. Oh well, we'll do that in a minute. Pull back, toes spread wide. Yeah. Can you see that spread? That's what we're looking for. Notice when you do it, the work that it requires, but you can feel the muscles doing the work. Take it long, toes pull back, they spread. And as you come back, plant the toes, reach and pull it back. So it's not just okay, I'm moving that's really just moving your knee joint. Okay, we want our knee joint to move, but we want our knee joint to be, there's no muscle in this joint. There's all sorts of muscles that come down and attach to that joint or go across it to attach below the joint. So when we do this, we want to push down. I'm resisting that pull back and engaging those muscles to bend the knee. That's what makes a knee joint safe, is to use the muscle. When we don't use the muscle and we just use the locking of the knee and the bending of the knee, then we start to have issues, okay? Go ahead and grab your ball back. Spread your toes, left toe, or not left toe, big toe and little toe, stretching. Yeah, hold that long enough. You can see that it starts to turn white. That means blood flow is decreased. This one has more flexibility than that one, okay? And so my toes aren't even, they're still red. They're not going white, okay? And then go ahead and roll forward, come up over the top. See if you can get to a point where those toes turn under. I feel this up through the calf muscle. I feel it under the arch. There's a stretch here. Come all the way back. I'm going to move mine a little deeper. Yeah, pull either side. Lift and feel this. And then come back up over. I'm gripping the ball. I'm turning those toes under. Come to the top of those toes. Find that stretch. Yes. Beautifully done. And come back. We're going to do one more. Come, spread. Go ahead and pull it up and over. Find that stretch. And then release. Move the ball out of the way. Plant those feet. Pause and breathe. Feel the tingle. Feel the work the muscles have done. Beautiful work. Okay, grab your block. Let's get our calf and stretch it out. So the block's on the ground. Okay, my foot is on the block. You can notice my toes are off the block, so I'm right on that edge. And then I'm pushing. You may need to lean forward, okay? If you need to, you can take this leg wide so that you can lean forward, okay? So if you've got a belly, you're letting it kind of be in between. We're working on that. Notice, we're working on the stretch here, okay? This shin is right below the knee. Okay, let me turn sideways so you can see that. I am not here. That shin, when I do this, is behind. There's an angle going back this way. So you want it out. I'm planting it. The toes are free. I'm pulling that heel down. Okay, and as that heel goes down, I'm putting some weight. And I'm feeling that heel push into there's a great stretch going on. I'm trying to get the heel all the way to the floor. Now, we're going to add just a little bit onto this. If you would, lean a little more forward, almost like you're lifting your hip off the floor, off the chair, so there's space underneath there, right? And then I'm going to push down and pull my hip back. It's an expansion in that hip socket as well. And then you're going to notice I don't just hold that, okay? I'm going to come up and down and up and down. We're working into the glute, into the hamstrings. When we sit, these are the hardest muscles to access, okay? Down and up and go ahead and release. Yeah, shake that leg out. That worked hard. Okay, come back, second side. I'll come back forward. Maybe I should come over to the other side so you can see. Okay. Foot, block is placed where the shin can be right below the knee. Okay, I'm pushing down. First thing I'm doing is the heel. Okay, toes are elevated. And I'm leaning forward. Breathing. Now, I'm going to try and lift this hip and pull back. So, when you're doing that here, you really kind of have a little bit of a lean to pull back, okay? You're going to feel some work going on in that supporting leg, a little bit more weight, but I've got this hip off the ground, okay? That's what we're working for. If you want, you are welcome to do this turn to the side, okay? Because your hip's kind of almost off. You don't get quite as much of a lean. Pull the heel back down, okay? Toes are expanded. I'm putting some weight into my thighs. I'm reaching and I'm pushing this sit bone back. You can hardly see the movement, but you can feel it. And then here it is. It's an up and a down. And an up and a down, up and down. Feeling the work, okay? When you push that direction, when you push this direction, you're going opposite directions. Yeah, that's kind of one of the things we're feeling. And up, just a couple more, down and up, using the glute, down and up. And go ahead and release, wiggle out. So, if you've got hips that hurt, okay, yeah, that's me now. It's been for a while, but it just flares up, and I'm kind of just like, why is it flaring up, right? You just get so frustrated. So, there we have it. Those type of exercises, they don't require the lifting of the leg, which is one of the things that can be if it's painful to lift the leg. So just reaching it back, putting the weight into one side so that, I'm not lifted off, but there's hardly any weight on it, to reach and expand, okay? That kind of action And here you can notice I'm doing it on one side and the other. It's almost like you're trying to do the hula, but you're on the chair. Okay, this is one of the very best things that you can do in that hip socket. Why, you ask? Okay, your socket, your pelvis is here, okay? And then down here you have these little grooves right on the inside. And then your femur bone comes up. It has a neck and a ball. And that ball goes right in there. So when we pull back with so when I tip forward here, I'm making the back part of my pelvis go back. And when I make this leg now push down, I'm pulling this down away from that going back, and I'm actually creating space in the hip socket, okay? Arthritis is caused when there isn't enough space. Everything's tight in there. Okay? That's why if you hold something, the muscles tighten. Okay? If you move in and out, you work the muscle, but you give space. So there you have it. Go ahead, take your feet as wide as you can. Just you're going to be right on the edge of your chair. Hands can be here, they can be here, they can be here. Just be comfy. Notice my shoulders are up by the ears. Yeah, bend the elbows, pull them away. And then we're just gonna kind of do a lean forward, okay? When I'm leaning forward, I'm trying to stick my rear end back. It's like I'm mooning someone behind me. I'm mooning. And then as I come forward, I tuck that pelvis under. Okay, so the pubic bone is coming this way. My back is going this way. I'll show you from the side. And then here we go again. Forward and back. This is a cat-cow, but it's a cat-cow with a wide hip. Now, the very best thing you can do for your hips is not just to let these legs hang out, okay? Push your heel and your foot into the mat so that while you're doing this, you're getting, this is the hardest place. My legs want to do this, but I'm not going to let them. I'm holding them and letting that tuck happen. Okay, here it is from the side. There's that open, there's that curl, and then there's a round. And then there's an open, and there is a round, okay? One of the very best things you can do for your hips is create range of motion in them. One of the things that starts to happen is they stop moving. This is for pretty much any hip injury. Now, there are some where there's a tear. You know, that's kind of what I thought I had going on. So, moving in and out. Now, go ahead and bring the knees together. Grab your block. Hold on to it, right? We're pulling this up a little higher. As you put your hands here, pushing down, you'll feel an expansion in that socket. As you push down, you'll feel that it's like we call it your buttocks blossoming in yoga class. So let it blossom. As women, we're like, no, I don't want that bigger. Yeah, we're creating that space. Notice that you also feel a stretch in the sacrum, below the low back, right? That SI joint gets a little bit of a stretch here as well, okay? We're gonna cat-cow here. So there I'm curling, and here I'm tucking and rounding. Ooh, that's a great stretch. Come out and push. So even when I go back, notice how your legs want to just kind of relax. Still hold that block. Inner thigh gets some work. Come all the way up. Come all the way back. Come all the way up. Yeah. Come all the way back. Finding that inhale to open and exhale to close. Finding the inhale to open, squeezing the block to close. Our inner thighs are some of the weakest parts of our legs. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Okay. And go ahead. I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see. Inhale and exhale. Okay. Let your chin be apart. Close your eyes. And in your mind, you now have seen me do it. You've been doing this for a while. In your mind, see if you can see the picture, the movie that you've just created of what you're doing. Yeah. And as you do that, it helps tune in this third eye to what is my body doing? Okay. Am I really tucking the tailbone? Does my pubic bone come up towards my chin? Am I tucking my chin? These are some of the tools we use to pay attention to what is my body really doing? And go ahead and come back to center. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope so. And if not, again, reach out and say, Deb, I don't get that at all. One of the things that I feel is most important is that this is a gift, okay? When we're young, I watched my granddaughters playing basketball last night, right? And they're young. And they're over there bouncing in their stretches and doing all this kind of stuff, throwing their bodies around to get the ball on the floor. I mean, amazing. But at some point in their life, they're going to get to a point where this hurts when I do that. To find out what we're exactly doing is vital. What am I doing with my body? Do I do that? You know, that kind of a thing. So there you have it. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to take, now this one is going to be tough for some people with hips. This one I can still do. If this is tough for your hips, you're just coming up here and kind of going in and out, okay? For those of you that can, leg comes and crosses over the other thigh, okay? Now, I used to love to just hold this one, but no more, okay? So we're gonna cat-cow. The same exact movement with our spine, it will feel a little different, okay? Again, if you need to, that block is here. You're coming to the outside of the foot and you can do the same thing here, right? Creating range of motion. Notice this is very similar to the wide leg, but not quite the same. The foot is up a little higher, okay? Now, go ahead and come back to the curl and then just pull the body straight up in the air back like you're sitting against a wall, okay? And then we're going to do some work here. It's coming down, it's coming up and over. Now, if you come like this and you're like, oh, I can't even get up and over, then keep it low, okay? If this is a little further, if that's too far, turn it here. You're going to find this little muscle here grabbing up and over, up and back, up and over, up and back, up and over, up and back. One more, up and over, up and back. Straighten it out. Wiggle through, okay? Turn to the side opposite this leg. So this leg's going to be front. So I'm turning here. Take this back. Yeah, if you've got a knee issue, you can come around and get to here. My leg is hanging straight down, okay? Push if you want. You do have the option, and I do love doing this. I do this against the wall all the time. Push the knee in. You're going to shift so that you're part way off. Maybe you can reach around and grab a foot, okay? Maybe not. Maybe it's just here. This is also a very great stretch. That wasn't very gentle, was it? Come down, knee towards the floor, reach and push. Notice my toes are turned under. I'm at a right angle in my knee. And then instead of here, see if you can bring your body. Yeah, that'll increase that stretch. It's a fabulous stretch, okay? Yeah, I'm going to come in and back out. You don't have to for arthritis. This is just one of the better things to do on that hip, okay? And release and come back. Second side. So block. Notice it's not out to the side. It's right up on top so that you're just going in and out and in. You won't get the stretch as much on the outside of the hip here that you do if you cross over. Flexing that foot. Okay. Oh yeah. There's the curl. Pubic bone head. Go ahead and for here, just a minute, close those eyes again and picture what you're doing here, what that feels like. Use your breath, inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale, and inhale and exhale. Beautifully done. And inhale. And then bring your block. You can do it here, right? This leg may be, oh, no, piece of cake. Up and down. Maybe you need to go lower, but you go wide. Or maybe you need it really narrow. Or maybe it's like, Deb, I can't get over the block at all. So you're here, okay? You choose, right? So you're going up and over, up and back. We do 5 of them. And this is 3, yep. And this is 4. Notice your thigh, it'll start burning. Yeah, that's the 5th one. Go ahead and stretch it out. Shake, turn to the side. So when in yoga, you'll notice we use chairs without arms. So if you've got a folding chair, they're fine. Okay, come back, turn the toes. We're not gonna do. If you can reach back and grab, perfect. Okay, it's not the best thing. So I'm sliding so that this sit bone is off the chair. Okay, I can hold on to the back here. Push the knee towards the floor, push the heel back. And then instead of here, you're just gonna come into a lean. Yeah, that lean is what will get that quad. And then for me, if you got an arthritis issue, you're gonna come forward and back and forward and back, right? Finding you're in and out. It doesn't feel like it's as good of a stretch. I'm gonna have to learn. Yeah. Yeah, and release. Now come back and just pause. Legs should feel pretty good. Notice we're not doing a ton of stuff with our shoulders right now, okay? We will in just a minute. But this third eye has everything to do with the intuition of what is going on. If we never ask ourselves those questions, we won't know. We really have to ask, okay? So today, and I know some of you don't have these, some of you just have the straps, you can use them. I would suggest finding, these are really cheap, okay? A couple dollars. You can get a set of 5 for like 10. Amazon, you can get them at Walmart. I noticed, where was I? They had a huge, it was TJ Maxx. They had a huge selection of all kinds of bands, everything. Yoga mat, I mean, just a ton of stuff, okay? It's the first of the year, right? So my hand is here. You're noticing I'm holding it about, I'm pushing, rather than going to a certain place with it, just go to where it hasn't really started to stretch yet, the band, okay? If you don't have one of these, you can totally take and knot your long one and make a knot in it, okay? Then you're just gonna kind of try to I'm holding my elbows there, not gripping my sides. The minute I grip my sides, I don't have to work any of this serratus anterior muscle. Yeah, you're working it. So it's there. I'm pulling the shoulders on the back, right? And I'm just trying to widen and back in. Notice, I'm not getting much range of motion. I almost want you to feel like it's going like this on your shoulder. Like your shoulder is just opening and closing, just opening. What you feel is exactly what's happening, and I don't even know if it would show. But let me turn around and see if this will show. My shoulder blades are working here. They're actually coming together, and they're coming together. And there's just a little, I don't know if you can even see it with this shirt, okay? It's one of the reasons we wear tank tops so that you can see that happening, okay? I don't know if you saw that or if you can see it or not. We'll do it next time we're together in a couple weeks, and then I'll show you, maybe you can see those shoulders actually. I'm not really doing, go ahead and roll through them. I'm not really doing rolling. I'm just working some intrinsic muscles underneath. Go ahead and roll back through those again, okay? Forward, up, back, back, up, forward. So maybe you've got a shoulder issue, maybe you have a knee issue, maybe you have a hip issue, okay? Moving is so much better for it than holding it still, period, okay? Now, you might be in pain and maybe your movement is just forward and back. It's just a little bit of a movement, okay? The more you do this little bit of a movement, the greater increase of blood flow to that muscle. The more the muscle moves, the more it builds fiber. The more the fibers they kind of burst and are built with our movement, right? The more range of motion we start to have, and we notice I can do a little more before that's only if you don't have like an injury, a tear of something. But range of motion, okay, notice, go ahead and push into here. I'm finding that that's I didn't know that would kind of, it's just out. It gives my shoulders a little bit to push against, okay? And then up and back, and up and back. Yeah, and then backwards again. You're like, Debbie, okay, yeah. And then forward again, up, yeah. And then come back to this one. So you're pushing into the strap. You're just kind of, I feel like I don't really want to open my palms, because when I open my palms, I don't feel it as much in your shoulders, but that's what I want my shoulders to feel like they're doing. So as I pull wide, my shoulders open. As I pull wide, my shoulders open and the shoulder blades pull down a little, they depress. And pull wide and open, and pull wide and open, and pull wide and open. Guess what this is going to do for my back? Dowager hump? Yeah, not doable here, right? I'm training. Now, if your head's here, you might still get one. So come back and really just pull and wide, and pull and wide, and pull and wide. Yeah, and pull and wide. Hold for a minute and release. Roll through those shoulders. Beautifully done. All righty. Oh my gosh, we're out of time. We spent a lot of time on the legs. Are you okay if we just go a few minutes over? Okay, if not, go ahead and leave and come back, but we need to, probably been talking too much, sorry. Inhale, reach it up. We need to move. Exhale, hinge. Hands on the thighs. Inhale, back, and then pull out. Yeah, here we go. Inhale. Move with your breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Moving with that breath, right? Close your eyes. What's my body doing? Inhale. Hands on thighs. And back. And inhale. Hinge. Hands on thighs. And back. Beautifully done. Keep your hands on your thighs. Come all the way forward. Just a little up and down. Hinging in the hips. We need to get up on our chairs and just stretch through our hamstrings. So go ahead and get up. Chair. Reach. Yep. Bend those knees. Lengthen the spine. Just go as long as you can. Inhale back up. Walk. Come back. Bend and go. Inhale backward. Notice, okay, I'm not coming all the way forward, and I'm bending the knees to go back. Come up, forward. Try changing legs. Oh, what? And then find that reach and stretch and come back and stretch. Now, as you go here, don't let everything sag. It's not a curl. I'm pulling up, but I'm not rounded. So I'm here, and there's a little curl here in the low back, right?
but my ribs are tucking in and up. Reaching, the reach is through the arms, the sit bones back. Walk it in. Take it back. Bend and reach. Walk it in. Take it back. Stretch and reach. We've got about 4 more. Walk it in. Take it back. Try to change legs. Close your eyes for these next 3. What is my body doing? Stretch. Finding that intuition, that beyond wisdom, right? I think it would be intuition. It's a knowledge, a use of a knowledge, and then maybe even increased use of the knowledge. Last one. Come all the way up. Okay. Since you're already up, some of you will need to come back to your chair for a twist in Shavasana. The rest of us can come all the way to the floor. Come all the way down. You can keep the knees bent. You can hold, I love to hold on here and then even maybe here and use my core as I roll all the way down. Let the knees, so windshield wipers, they're going to go side to side. The inhale is up. The exhale is down. The inhale is up. The exhale is down. And up and down and up and down. And if you want, you can go wider with the feet. And up and down. Inhale up and down. Inhale up and down. And then go ahead and prop up. I'm going to roll over and get up so I can show you. Okay. Pillows for your knees. Blanket for your neck. Don't keep it thick. You don't want the head doing this. You want to be able to put something under and the head to do this. It's not here. Okay. So if you've got any kind of a hump here, then you're curling some of the blanket just for underneath your neck. Okay, we've gone into this in detail before. Coming down, finding that little bit of a roll is all that I need. Maybe you need a little more. Okay, legs reach out, arms. Try to let everything. Now, if your low back is not relaxing, then bend your knees, take the feet wide, bring a block, and let your knees knock in against something that will help take the curl out of your back. This is a place where you don't want tension. Okay, you're not. It's the only place in yoga we don't. Well, tension's the wrong word. So if you're doing this, I love to then take my arms onto the pillow. Then my shoulders actually can do the same thing my low back is doing. And breathe. You are welcome to stay here. I hope you'll stay at least 5 minutes. Sorry about losing track of the time today. My goal with this class is to find range of motion, to have the movement, to have as your body's age, or maybe you just work out really hard and you need to just soften that work a little bit. Whatever it is, okay, you're finding and paying attention to what your body's asking, okay? If you have some specific stuff, reach out to me, okay? I look at my messages, reach out and we'll figure out maybe there's something else you can do. As I kind of went through this last week of a little bit of craziness, figuring out what's going on with my body, I had the opportunity to really focus here. And at first I was very discouraged, so disappointed.
and just was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to live on pain pills and blah, 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 right? And then the yoga training, the years, it's been 20 years now, 21 years of, wait a minute. Okay, there's nothing wrong with taking something for your inflammation and pain. But what am I doing to decrease the inflammation in my body? The regular movement that we have done today will help. So if I need to take something when it flares, I'll do that. And then I'm going to daily make sure my consistent practice is moving. That I'm taking a moment with my eyes closed, with my intuitive center, reaching down to the corners of my body, reaching down into that hip and saying, what do you need today? That is beyond wisdom to me. Ajna. I'm saying that wrong. It's Ajna. Bringing the hands to the heart center. You're already down. I'm just going to close. Have a wonderful week. It won't be a live class next week. We'll start live in person on the 9th of February at the Ivory Ridge Clubhouse. I can't even think. Yeah. Have a wonderful, marvelous week.